Hello, Potato and Sarah. Why aren't you moderator? Did I not make you moderator yesterday? Did it not stick or something? Good evening, good afternoon, wherever the world you might happen to be. Famous line from Art Bell, one of the late night broadcasters I used to love listening to when I was in the truck. But, anyways, hello. Welcome. Welcome to my debate show, I guess you'd call it. Idiology. Idiotology. Even though technically it's not a word, but you know what? A lot of people use it. Idiocy, that's more common. But anyways, yeah, I figure I go live. The computer's working correctly for right now, so I figure I go live for a little bit and try to clear some crap up that people got out there. See how many sheep we actually have out there, which I know we got quite a bit. And I'm not talking about the presidency or anything like that. You know, I give a shit about politics because it doesn't matter who we put in the office, something's going to screw up anyways. Well, except for this so-called alleged president we have now, and I do say alleged. All my 55 years of all the presidents I've gone through, this guy wins the award for the dumbest, biggest ass we've ever had in the office. I mean, hell, Donald Duck could have done a better job. Could do a better job than he is. But that's my personal opinion, and I do want to get that word out. These ideas, these things I'm going to talk about later, is my opinion only. I will try to back them up with facts and whatnot. So we will go from there, basically. So right now, I'm just seeing if anybody pops in. It ain't that late. It's only 9:30. So how you doing, Miss Potato, Miss Sarah? How's Potato today? Damn, am I still streaming? Can you guys hear me? Hello? I know my fan's a little loud because it's really, really hot in this room for some reason. And I just can't seem to cool it down. I got the fan sucking the hot air out of here, but it's just not working out. TMI, I'm sitting here in my good old undies. Thank God that when I stand up you guys can't see me. Yeah, I figure I talk about something that has been kind of weighing on me. You know, I do browse Twitter very often. I always like to see what's going on in the world and stuff like that. And because I'll tell you what, you can't believe the news people anymore. I done learned that. Well, knew that years ago. They're run by the government, and the government tells them what to say. Oh, lordy. Hold on, let's get some people in this joint. Let's get some people in this joint. I know my thing's working. At least I think I'm getting out there. Hello? Knock, knock, knock. Anybody home? Anybody home? See if anybody answers me. Jeez. I did forget to put up a couple things here. My PayPal, my Cash App. But anyways, yeah, I saw something today, or actually I saw it yesterday, and I actually commented on it. And the guy comes back and says, "It's still poison." I said, "Well, it ain't working because I'm 55 years old and I've been drinking it ever since it came out, and I'm still alive. And whatever ails me, trust me, it ain't coming from no damn monster drink. Mine's just getting old and eating the wrong foods." But yeah, they had this little thing on Twitter. Some lady is boycotting or quote unquote truther about certain stuff, and there's a bunch of them for a bunch of symbols and words and whatnot. And I just want to get some shit clear, you know. You see these and people sit there and like, yeah, yeah, well, I didn't know that. I'm gonna stay away from that and all this and that. You know what? It's BS. The biggest one is those green claw marks you see on the monster cans. There's nothing special about them. It was a design to represent claws. That's all it is. It ain't nothing unique. It doesn't represent anything except for the word monster. And that's all there is to it. I mean, she going on there like, oh, it represents this, and you see it this, and it does that, and whatnot. It's, folks, it's it's a design. That's all it is. It's a stupid design. Well, actually, it's not even stupid. It's actually kind of cool. Do you know how many claw marks I can pull up that look exactly like that people have drawn and designed? Are you trying to tell me anybody that draws a claw mark is trying to represent a certain evil? Give me a break. I mean, are people really that dumb? Well, she does better. She ups herself quite a few times actually. Oh, you see the O in the monster. You see it's got a cross in it. You know what? I could take a circle and put a line through it and say, see the cross in it? It's a design, folks. And there is no symbolism for that particular cross. The closest thing I can see actually is a Celtic cross symbol. And a Celtic cross symbol actually represents the sun, welcoming the sun. If you really want to go back, it's stupid. It's stupid how people just coming up with this BS. Like this Twitter thing. This one really got me. I like, are you really gonna stretch that far to come up with some BS about something? You know, everybody's coming up with something. Oh, that symbol means this. That symbol is this. It has nothing to do with the symbol. It has nothing to do with the design or the art. It has everything to do with the person that actually made it. That other ideology groups don't like, so they're going to come up with BS. They're simply going to come up with BS because it fits their narrative. It's stupid. It really stupid. It is what it is. There's nothing to interpret. There's nothing to else behind it. It is what it is, and that's the hardest truth that I would say 70% of the world is having a really hard time concepting. When something's drawn, something's written, something's whatever, songs made. Yeah, I'm going to reference that song that's out there now that everybody's making a big deal out of it. If you listen to half of those words in that song, you'll find out half those words are used in the hood. Half those sentences are used in the hood. Look up any hood, quote unquote hood, lyrics, rappers, not just rappers. I'm not going to beat up the rappers because I like some of their songs. I really do. But all kinds of songs. They'll say hood, shooting, and stuff like that. You in my hood. You in my neighborhood. You know, it's been said for years. And now one country singer comes up with actually a damn good song, and he's absolutely right. You know, you can keep your riots, your stealing and whatnot in your big cities, because the big cities are generally 90% of them are or better are Democrat or run Democrat or liberal, whatever. I'm not going to get into that, but and they'll get away with their riots and whatnot because nobody's going to stop them. That's why it isn't stopping. And the people doing this stuff, they know it because they know what kind of city. But I know for a fact, I grew up in a small town. Hell, my town was so small that there was only one main road, and once you got to the stop sign and crossed it, and if you blinked, you missed the town. It's that small. But here's what's cool about that small town. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody knows what's going on, and we all watch out for each other. So you try to pull some shenanigans, I guarantee you that town's going to come alive. And we're all packing. It's almost like we're a birthright. We're born with a weapon. You know, try that crap in our town. Try to break into our stores. See what happens. And that's exactly what that singer was, that country singer was talking about. And that's all he was saying. You know, keep your crap in your city where nothing can be done because nobody wants to do anything. But you bring it to our small towns, and we're going to do something about it. And we ain't afraid of you. But yet people are trying to say, oh, it's racist. No, it's not. First time I heard my hood, you're in my hood, was a rap song. That's the first time I ever heard that statement. It was in a rap song years ago. I didn't see anybody cry bloody murder over that. Never heard it. Did you guys? Did you guys hear bloody murder about it? I didn't. Did anybody say it was racist? Nope. But now when a country singer says it, oh my God. I mean, what is wrong with the world today? You promote good stuff, positive energy, and the world's going to end. But you could promote hate, negativity, cruelty. The world's over here clapping their hands. What happened to this world, folks? I know part of the reason, but I'm not going to blame them completely because, you know, liberals, Democrats, they do have some good qualities. They do have stuff. But the problem is they overstep their bounds. And they try to force everybody. Just like this LQBGTXYZ deal that's going on here. I don't give a fuck what you are, what you want to say you are. What the hell do I care? What the hell does anybody care? Nobody's ever bothered you about it. Yeah, there's some idiots out there, but there's always a spoiled apple in every bucket. But it isn't the world. So why are you trying to push your ideology on us? We don't want it. We don't want it. I have never heard anybody in my 55 years, a grown white man, excuse me, I don't even know what color I am now, a grown white man, have never in my lifetime, and I've been all over the United States in a truck, I've never heard anybody bash a gay person. Never. Never. So, why all this bullshit? This community is trying to make you believe that people are hung, Houses are started on fire because of what they want to be. I've never heard it. Have you guys? And if you have, show me. Prove it to me. Give me a story. And then we'll compare it to the rest of the world. Do the census on it. It's stupid. It's stupid. And hello, Miss Elizabeth. How you doing? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Symbols. It's amazing getting back to it. People are talking about symbols and stuff like that. Oh, this symbol represents this. This symbol represents that. No, it doesn't. It only means bad when somebody thinks they can turn it bad. If they could grab some information that has a slight resemblance to it. There's no proof in the pudding. There's no proof in the pudding. I'll give you a biggest example. Without looking it up, and I'm telling you, don't look it up. I want you to tell me straight off the top of your head, what does the upside down cross mean? If you walk into a church, and yes, you can find some churches with an upside down cross. Does anybody know what that means? Anybody? You'd be very surprised. You'll be very, very surprised. Well, I'm not getting any answers real quick, but I'll tell you. It has nothing to do with the devil. It has nothing to do with evil whatsoever. Not even close. Not even close. The real symbol, the real meaning of an upside down cross actually is from an apostle that was buried upside down, representing Christianity. Look it up. You'll be surprised what the real meaning of an upside down cross. It'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. Here's one I didn't know. Everybody knows the symbol of this. You see this all the time. Anybody know what this means? Anybody know what this means? You'd be wrong. You'd be wrong. You'd be absolutely wrong. This doesn't mean the devil. It isn't devil horns. It doesn't mean heavy metal. Actually, it means banishment. Or, in some countries, it means they want to have intercourse with your spouse. Yeah. Yeah. It has everything to do with banishment and what would I say? Gesturing of banishing something. Doesn't mean double horns. It doesn't mean I'm a rock man. No, it was stolen. It actually means to banish something, or in some countries, means I want to have intercourse with your spouse. Ask what the true meaning of that is. Like I said, you'd be really surprised if people would stop being so stupid and jumping on people's bandwagons and believing what they come up with. And that's what it is. They're literally just pulling it out of their ass. That's half these symbols, half these words that people are, they're pulling it out of their ass. They have no clue whatsoever what the true meaning of things are. They just want to incorporate it. But yet, they'll say, yo, you're incorporating, or what's the word I'm trying to say? Appropriating things. You're appropriating, don't do that, you're appropriating. Well, half the shit you're talking about and trying to put out in the country, out in the world, is an appropriation of the true meaning. It really is. It drives me nuts with these symbols and words that people are literally pulling out of their ass to represent, to say, oh, this is what it represents. It's evil. It's bad. Shit like that. And by the way, that upside down cross, it was St. Peter that did it. He felt unworthy to be crucified. See, St. Peter was crucified on the cross, but he felt unworthy to be stood up like Jesus was crucified. So he chose to be buried with the cross upside down, a symbol humility. You know what I'm trying to say. Has nothing to do with worshiping the devil. Has nothing to do with the devil whatsoever. He was being humble. It's crazy how people come up with stuff. And these are just stupid things. Hey, Miss Natalie, how you doing, sweetheart? Here's something I was looking up. I was looking up symbols and designs and stuff like that. Does anybody know where the barber poles, the red stripe that goes around a white column on a barbershop? Do you know what the actual meaning of that is? It doesn't represent hair. Just to let you know, it has nothing to do with a barbershop. That it signifies it's a barbershop. Nope, not even close. Not even close. It has something to do with the war. Has everything to do with the war. See, barbers weren't just barbers back then, back during the wars, the Civil War and the War Wars and stuff like that. No, they weren't just barbers. They were there also. They also took duties on as medical people. And those red stripes, what those were rags that soaked up the blood. And as barbers, what they'll do is take these red strips of bloody bandages and hang them outside the stores as an advertisement to let people know, hey, you could bring your wounded here. And because of the wind, and it was close, these poles would wrap it around, and that's how they got the barber's pole. Did you guys know that? Yeah, nobody teaches that stuff anymore. Now I'm seeing on TikTok this symbol. And people go crazy. Oh my God, oh my God. Do you know what this means? This has nothing to do with the anus. People made that shit up. Again, another one they pulled out of, excuse the similarity, they pulled it out of their asses. It has nothing to do with anus. People just made that shit up. This means okay, or I agree. It's an okay gesture. Also means teaching and healing. And reason. I mean, not healing, but teaching. But yep, leave it to this world nowadays. Oh, now you do that to somebody, they're like, anus? Anus? Isn't it stupid how people just come up with shit? It never ceases to amaze me. I mean, again, 55 years old, I think I've seen everything. At least I thought I did. Until this last 2 years, I've seen more shit made up and pulled out of people's asses and excuses for something that isn't even close to the reality. It just boggles the mind. It just boggles the mind. It truly does. It just boggles the fucking mind how people are going. Sign language, yeah. Oh God, imagine some of these idiots out there get a hold of sign language and it's like, oh, that sign language means this, and this and that. Wait a couple weeks. They'll come up with something. But the biggest one the reason I even made this was the monster one, the clip that's on YouTube. Some lady out there trying to pulling shit out of her ass, trying to explain what monster really means. All it is, why don't you just say, hey, you're against monster drinks? Don't come up with bullshit ideology bull crap, idiocy bull crap. Just say it. You don't like the drink, and we'll move on. But that's just the point. They know we would just move on. But no, they want to get your attention. So they're going to pull shit out of their asses so far, it's not even funny. She was trying to say, this claw, you know the claw marks. You see there's 1, 2, 3. This represents, here, look on this chart. It means this. No, it doesn't. It's a design. It's a classic design. You see it everywhere. Type in tearing claws or claws tearing through material. Guess what you're going to get? You're going to get the monster symbol. I guarantee you the people that made that design or drew that picture or whatever, that image, not even close to thinking, oh, we're going to make it demonic. No. It's just, why are people so damn stupid? Why do people say one thing and trying to say, oh, that's what they're saying? You know, this thing, I really don't want to get too much into it, but if people would actually stop and think, especially the younger generation that listen to the rap and shit like that, would hear the exact same words that this country singer is singing about. The problem is they're too damn lazy to Google anything. But they have no problem researching shit. Literally, that's what it's called. Researching shit and trying to apply it to their ideology, their idiocy ideas. It's oh God, it just drives me freaking nuts. So when I see shit like this on Twitter, and like I said, I look at Twitter a lot. Because one, it gives you good ideas. Two, I like to see what the world's doing. But do I believe half this shit? No. No. Especially the people that are trying to explain something about something, a symbol, a word, or a phrase, or a song. That's where I don't even bother. I don't even bother anymore. Because if you can't take it as face value, then don't talk to me. It's a simple message, that song. It's a simple message. to those rioters, to those thieves, those criminals, the hoodlums, whatever the fuck you want to call them, that are breaking into these stores and just stealing shit and walking out. Every one of them's done in a big city, a big town. Every single one of them. The message is simple. Try it in a smaller town, where 90% of the population in a small town, and we're talking towns, 1,000, maybe 2,000, that's kind of pushing it. About 90% of them are packing, and we've got no qualms. We will defend our small towns. It's just, my gosh. One of the things I was going to do was, if you guys could think of a symbol, a phrase, or something that you hear out there that you see often that people are misrepresenting, let me know. I'm ready. I'm ready to Google this shit. I actually can Google. I actually will Google and find the true meaning behind it. You got this guy over here, trans activist, has a nuclear meltdown for being called a sir. Well, you're a guy. If you talk like this, you got a package between your legs, you got that Adam's apple just protruding out there, I'm going to call you a guy. I don't care how long your hair is. You ever see some of these real good looking models out there? What was that one? That real famous one for the longest time. Had the longest damn hair. He was a model. Nobody ever called him ma'am. Well, you can tell. There is real easy. There's a few ways. One, look at the hips. Two, look at the throat. Look at the bone structure. Bone structure will give it away in a heartbeat. Now, are there some big girls out there? Abso-fucking-lutely. I have a half-sister that's big. She's big structure. She'll knock the shit out of you. But she's 100% woman. But again, like I said, I don't give a fuck what you are. I don't give a fuck what you want to be. You want to say you're this and this and that? Good. You want to say you're a car? Cool. The only issue I have, and the rest of the world has, is why are you trying to push this shit on it? Why this big thing of, oh, we got to push it, our agenda to everybody? And the problem is, these governments are accepting it. The UN, the capital of our United States. Why are you what's the word I want to say? Why are you supporting this shit? When I go to the Capitol, I want to see the American flag. Period. No other flags, no other color. It's the White House, it's white. That's why it's called a White House. It ain't called a rainbow. And that, I read something on that. You know, the LBQJ actually stole, what's the word where I said appropriated the colors? If they even knew what it actually means, the rainbow, what that actually truly means, I think they'd be shocked. I think they'd be like, oh my gosh, oh it can't be, oh no, it's our symbol, we made it our own. That's exactly what you do. You made it your own, but it wasn't yours in the begin with. It's actually Christianity. It means God made a promise. It's a promise. That's what the rainbow represents. Don't believe me? Look it up. But like I said, I don't give a fuck what you want to call yourself. I know one thing I'll never do. I'm not going to do this pronoun bullshit. I'm not going to do that. I see a lot of TikTok stuff on there. People doing like, I'm a he, she, a her, or a him, or this and that. It's like, what's your fucking name? Just tell me your name. I don't give a fuck what gender you are. If I misidentify you, take my sorriness. I call as I see it. Remember that old saying? Calling it as you see it. Everybody's allowed to their Fifth Amendment. Everybody's allowed. Everybody's allowed to speak their whatever they want. The issue I have is trying to push it on me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't give a turtle fuck. I don't give a raccoon fuck. I don't care. You want to call yourself something that you're not? Have at it. Doesn't bother me none. In the end, it'll all be sorted out. In the end, when you're buried and you're dug up 100 years, we'll know exactly what you were. Because bones don't lie. Anatomy doesn't lie. You could change the outside of something all day long. It ain't going to change the internals. You can add this or minus that. Still ain't going to make a difference. Until you can go in there and change your bone structure out, put narrow hips in or wide hips in, take a rib out or put a rib in, you are what you were. Now, are there people that were born with both genitals? Yeah, absolutely. It's not their fault. But if you look at it, if you go down to the medical and the science, you'll figure out exactly what they were supposed to be. But you know what you call those people? Those are the true transgender people in the world. The true ones. The hermaphrodites. They're born with both parts. Both functioning parts. Those are your true transgenders. And they have every right to claim themselves as they want to be. Anybody, it's like these, no offense if you're one of those that likes putting makeup on and say, I'm beautiful, I'm so beautiful, I should be like this and this and that, I should be known as this and that. Why? Because you got makeup on? You know, when I look at a woman, I don't give a fuck how much makeup she's got on. It doesn't make me any more happier or excited. To be quite honest, let me see you without your makeup. You could paint a rock and make it look beautiful. Yeah, and your friend was called a hermaphrodite. Yeah, we don't give a rat's ass, and that's the problem is, and we keep saying that we don't give a rat's ass. But yet they're out there. I don't know what their agenda is. What is their agenda? I don't get it. Nothing's changed. Nothing. I did put a post out. You know, everybody wants to fly these flags in these classrooms and everything else, and they're allowed to and everything else. Here's the problem. Why aren't the Christians allowed to fly their Christian flag? There is a flag for the Christianity. I don't know if anybody knew that. There is one symbol for Christianity, and there are flags for it. And that's all it represents, Christianity. Now, I did post it. I did look it up. I looked to see why the Christian flag can't be flown in a classroom. And if I could find it, uh, you'd be extremely, extremely shocked. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. Yeah, and that I can respect that. But people don't understand it. There are hermaphrodites out there. There truly are. Some really good. I have a friend that's a hermaphrodite. I worked for her. Her name was Ginger. That's what she wanted to do. She was 6'6", and grew a beard better than me. Mustache. She had to shave every day. But she told you straight up her name was Ginger. She legally had it changed to Ginger. And you call her sir, she'd knock your shit out. But she had every right because she was a woman that happened to have a penis. And that's all. Wasn't added on. It wasn't medically attached. She was born with it. All right. Like I said, why is religion not allowed in schools? To fly the flag. Here's what it comes back. Schools with religious elements could be indoctrinating beliefs. Listen to these words. See what's going on right now. Could be indoctrinating beliefs. Has religious practices during school. Could encourage children into adopting certain beliefs and principles that the parents do not agree with. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? What are they doing flying these flags? What are they doing sending these people into these classrooms and teaching our small children? They're encouraging children into adopting certain beliefs and principles. But yet they're allowed to fly these flags. And we're not allowed to put the Christian flag in there. So I like to see people start fighting back and going into schools and start putting up Christian flags. Don't push it. Don't be jumping all over the board. Just put it in there. Now, I've had people come back and say, well, they don't believe in the Christianity. I don't believe into the LGBTQT, whatever. What's the difference? Yeah, the pledge allegiance to the flag, that has nothing to do with Christianity. That's pledging to your country. That's all that is. I remember. Does anybody else remember going to school and saying the Pledge of Allegiance before you start a class? I do. I absolutely do. But yeah, I did post that. And that's the reason why they won't allow Christian flags being flown in there. Schools with religious elements could be indoctrinating beliefs. Having religious practices during school could encourage children into adopting certain beliefs and principles. That's the reason for not flying a Christian flag, for having a Christian flag in there. Folks, it's the same thing that they're doing with the LBGQT XYZ 8123. It's the exact same thing. It's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what they're pushing. And you don't believe me? I have pictures that I actually posted with that statement. That ruling. Whatever the hell you want to call it. It isn't just transgender or he, she. It isn't just them sitting on a chair reading a book. I have no problem with that. But when you start you're half-assed naked into your costume and dancing in front of small children, encourage them to touch you, then we got an issue. Then we got an issue. I saw something the other day. A full-grown naked man in a classroom, laying on the floor, with a child that was no more than maybe 5 or 6, being coerced to touch him. Yeah, this shit's really happening out there, folks. It's sad. It's sad. But that's kind of getting off track of what I was talking about. It has something to do with what I'm also talking about. People misconcepting ideas, words, symbols, and try to turning them into something. They should go to jail. Absolutely. Absolutely. Words, like my back screen says, words and symbols can create, can be good, and some words can destroy. But the sad part is the good words and symbols are being turned into bad stuff or made up to be bad. Why? Are you that bored in the world that, hey, I don't like that word, so we're going to turn it into the devil. We're going to turn it into evil. We're going to turn it into a crime. Does anybody know what the word gay means? Honestly, does anybody know what the word gay means? The true meaning behind the word gay. Exactly. It means happy. It's exactly what it means. It means happy. No other attachments. Just straight up, it means happy. As long as the word English dictionary's been out, that's exactly what that word has meant. Talk about appropriation. And why the fuck are people... That's another thing. Symbols, words, items, certain stuff. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't wear that because you're appropriating from something else. You know what, folks? We've been appropriating stuff for centuries. For centuries. It's called growth. It really is. And then they turn around and say, oh, we're the one that started this. No, you didn't. Actually, you're appropriating it from something else. I saw, it was a TikTok. Some guy was doing some social experiment. He was wearing a Mexican hat, you know, those tall sombreros, the what is it? It's like a blanket that they wear and stuff like that. And he was walking around in one of these big cities, and he was asking the question to just people walking by, "Are you okay with what I'm wearing?" He was a white guy, just a plain, straight up white guy, nothing special. Poncho, thank you. And actually, he did this also in Canada as well, not just in America. He did it in both places. And they're like, "Yeah, it's bad. It's appropriation. You know, it belongs to this and that." But you know what the funny part was? He did this right in front of a bunch of Latinos that were actually selling stuff. Not one of them approached him and said, "Hey, you can't wear that." It was everybody else but the people that, according to these people, we were appropriating and disrespecting. After all that, they showed all that. He went to the Mexicans and says, "Do you see what I'm wearing? Is disrespecting you, offensive?" And they all laughed, and said, "No, no." Didn't bother them whatsoever. Matter of fact, some of them won't compliment them. Showed them the right way to wear the stuff. Appropriation is it's an overused word. There is nothing in America that was created in America that wasn't thought of or designed by some other country. But yet people will go out and take one or two things and say, you can't wear that, you can't have that, you can't use that, you can't do that. Why? It come from a different country. Yeah. 99% of everything in the United States has come from a different country. There are plants that we eat here in the United States that isn't from the United States. It's actually from other countries. What about the gas, the oil? 90% of it, it might even be more, I'm not exactly sure. Google it, we can find out. But 90% of the oil that we use isn't from the United States. It's from a different country. So if you're all psyched up and worried about appropriation and stuff like that, don't be filling your car with gas. Don't do it. You're using something from a different country. Hello, 351 Cleveland. Don't do it. Don't be putting gas or diesel in your vehicles, because you're appropriating from a different country. It's not from our country. It's not from the United States or Canada. It comes from a different country. And if you're going to bitch about appropriation, don't you dare put gas in your car. Don't dare use gas from to heat your homes. Don't do it. So if anybody, I yet wait for somebody to come by me and try that shit on me. Oh, I'll have a field day with it. I will have a field day with it. I will shut them down so damn fast it's not even funny. It's stupid how these people are reacting nowadays and changing things up and making shit up and basically literally pulling shit out of their ass. Literally pulling. I love watching these Twitters and TikToks and stuff like that where people go up there like, why are you doing this? What did this guy do to you? And they can't come up with anything. And when they say, oh, they did this and that, and they're told, no, actually it wasn't them, it was somebody else. Oh no, it can't be, it can't be. Diesel after socks? Diesel. I gotta put my glasses on, sorry brother. I'm blind as a bat nowadays. Nobody told me this shit would happen when you get old. Diesel fitter, yeah. It's crazy how these people are just pulling shit out of their asses. It really, really is. And then you got these protesters. I laugh. I actually encourage. Call me cruel. Call me an ass. I don't give a damn. I've been called everything under the sun. Pal, I'll give you a couple suggestions on words you could call me. Heard it all. Done did it. Don't give a crap. My friends know who I am, and I definitely know who I am. But you'll see these protesters out there. What is it? In the UK, I think it's where it's happening the most. You got all these protesters sitting, lying down, walking real slow, holding up traffic and everything else. What they're protesting? Climate change and oil use and stuff like that. And, you know, somebody actually made a comment and says, well, they better start stripping down to naked because 90% of the stuff that they're wearing is got material that's oil based, petroleum based, or chemicals used that's harmful to the climate, and they're wearing it. So I don't know, are you promoting or are you protesting? But what I get the biggest kick out of is watching these people get their asses dragged, get their asses knocked out, or one. And yeah, I'm happy about it. I'm real happy about it. Uh, Truck said enough of this, and he barreled right through the damn crowd, right through the protesters. No ifs, no ands. I actually applaud. You know, I don't mind people protesting. You have every right to protest, but don't interfere with people's lives. Don't interfere with people's careers. You can do it from the side of the street. You're just as effective standing on the side of the street. You'll probably get more attention standing on the side of the street than blocking, because the moment you block a car, they don't give a fuck what you're protesting about. All they see is you wasting money. Their money. Their careers. Their job. Their livelihood. Their health. One lady was pregnant and he was trying to get to the doctors. And the damn protester was holding up the line. Guy went over there and knocked a couple of them out. Good for him. They don't give a shit about anything. And the proof in the pudding is, look what they're doing. They're not getting satisfaction out of it. They're not. They're not changing anything. They simply end. Look up science. You know, climate changing. Climate is changing. We're causing climate change. Do you know the Earth, the world is what is it? 90, 80, maybe 70% cleaner than it was 100 years ago. But it's only now we're worried about climate change. Don't believe me? Look it up. I had Colleen. Colleen fought against me. She goes, "Oh no, it's worse. It's worse." No, it's not. It's actually better. The Earth is actually cleaner now than it was 100 years ago, and by quite a bit, actually. You got people out there showing photos of the water, the shorelines, against objects that was taken 100 years ago till now. Everybody's bitching. Waters are rising. The oceans are rising. The oceans are rising. And yet you put the side-by-side photos and nothing's happened. Nothing's changed. Oh my God, we're going to be underwater in 6 months. It's been 100 years. Water hasn't risen. It's a money-making thing. It's, you know, that's what it all comes down to. Somebody's paying these people to do this because they got an agenda. I mean, what was it that everybody got all up in arms and everything else, and probably one of the main reasons why everybody went against Trump and all that, because he shut down some climate control group on a private island and said, why are we paying trillions of dollars to them? They don't do nothing. They get together, they sit around a desk for a couple hours or a couple days. It's basically a free-for-all, fun fair, camping trip, whatever. What do I want to say? Resort. That's what this island is. That's what they do. And then they all pack up and go back to their billion-dollar homes. Why? Because they're paid trillions of dollars to sit and stare at each other. And it's like, what kind of bullshit can we make up today? All right, I said that. That's going to cost you $2 billion, please. Trump said enough of that shit. He shut it down. And the world went nuts. Y'all remember that? But as soon as Biden got in there, I mean, it was like probably the first or second thing he signed or did, reverse that closing. Now we're spending trillions of dollars over on a bunch of people on a private island that nobody could get access. Film crew can't get there. News crews can't go there. Nobody's allowed there except for elite people. And why are they elite in the first place? You know, if you get wealthy over a protest or what is it? over an idea and stuff like that, and you're getting rich off of it, you're not helping. All you're doing is being greedy. You're making money, now you're happy. Just like that pastor I saw that was sent to court. He mysteriously started a church function, and he's telling everybody I was unconscious in an accident or something like that, and God talked to me, and now I'm spreading the news. And he was making people pay millions and millions of dollars to him. One organization gave him, what was it, like $10 million or $5 million or something like that. And finally, somebody got smart and called him out on it, and they took him to court. And one or two of the things was his clothes. They were Armani or something like that. So why are you wearing this? Why are you spending $10,000 on a suit? Why are you paying $5 million for a home? Oh, it's part of the church. But he fucked up. He said it's his home. They looked up his the buying contract and what it is and everything else like that. It was his home, a $5 million home. Special jewelry. Why? First of all, no Christian pastor or minister has any right to be going out and buying tens of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry. I have a story that I've told a couple times doing live streams. When I was in St. Louis, and I was walking down the streets late night one night, and I come across a storefront church. At the time, I didn't know it was a church. But in all intents and purposes, there was nothing that said it was a church, no signs outside, nothing. It was just it looked like a closed down church. But there was music coming from inside. And whatnot. And I started looking, and I saw somebody behind me walk in, go inside, and door open a couple times, and I see people just dancing and having a gay old time, you know? They were happy. They were dancing. They were celebrating. So I'm going to check this out. So I went in. I'm standing in the back, and I'm watching this stuff. People are just jumping up, tambourines and whatnot. They had this portable piano that somebody had. Somebody had like a $2 guitar over there strumming and playing on the pianos, and three-piece set drums. They were doom, 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 and whatnot. And finally, they all settled down, and this guy comes up with a $10 suit. God is my witness. $10 suit. Not even a tie. There was no pulpits anywhere. There were no religious items. You would have never known this was a church. No idea. No crosses on him. No jewelry to represent a cross. Nothing. It was just an ordinary guy in a $10 suit standing up there with the good book. And that was it. And I'm like, what's going on? So I sat down, and he started his sermon. And it was like he was answering my question. You ever notice that, sidebar? You ever notice that if you do go to church, when they start their sermon, it always seems to be directed to you? There's a reason for it, but I'll get to that later. So I'm listening to his sermon, and finally he kind of answered a question of what was going on. And it was more or less paraphrasing. He says, you look at this building, you look at this room, there's nothing in here that represents Jesus. There's no pulpit here. There's no $2, $3, $4, $6, $10,000 pulpit. There isn't a $500 band sitting next to me. I'm not wearing Armani. I don't even have a cross. He says, you don't need that. If you believe him here, you have everything else in the world. You don't need nothing else. And to this day, I believe that. I live to that point. Now, back to the answer your question as to why it always seems like they're speaking to you, because they are. They are. How does that work? They don't look for you. They don't write a sermon. They don't even know you're going to be there. It isn't them. It's if you're a Christian, it's God's way, or it's God's angels helping you write that sermon just for you. Think about it. Next time you go to a church, and if it seems like the pastor, the preacher, the father, or whoever is doing a sermon, and it feels like it's really has everything to do with you, relates to everything in the world, let it be known it is about you. And you listen to the words because there's an answer in that sermon. What do you think about that? How does that float your boats? Y'all remember to hit the thumbs up, by the way, if you think I'm doing an okay job. Now I'm going to preface and I'm going to put a disclaimer out. All my talks, all my sayings, all my words and wisdom and all this crap is my opinion, in my opinion alone. You do not have to believe a damn word I say. And I'm not here to push it. But I am going to say this. You want to know the truth? Look it up. Simply look it up. Find the real meaning behind stuff. Like the Celtic cross. You'd be surprised. People are, you know, the Nazis actually took the Celtic cross and used it as their symbol. Did anybody know that? That's why the Celtic cross seems to be evil. Is because the Nazis actually appropriated it into their culture, their ideology. Hey, Canadian witch. Yeah. Just look this shit up. It actually represents the sun, morning, a new beginning. That's what the Celtic cross means. It doesn't mean evil. Has nothing to do. It wasn't born. Nazis didn't just create this shit to represent it. Their structures and their evil ways and stuff like that. No, they appropriate it from a different culture. Ask any pagan; they'll tell you that in a heartbeat. It's the absolute freaking truth. Just like the oh fuck, what is it called? What is it called? The swastika. There's another symbol that was appropriated by the Nazis. The swastika doesn't mean evil. It's actually it's one of the oldest symbols out there. It truly is. And a lot of people are like, oh, it all depends on which way the arms are pointing. No, it doesn't. No, it has nothing to do with which way it's pointing. The symbol itself, period, has nothing to do with Nazism. They stole it. They appropriated it and turned it into something evil. It actually goes back to the Buddhist, the Hinduism. We're talking centuries. It's literally one of the oldest, truly and universal symbols, one of the most ancient symbols in the world. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. People are taking symbols and turning into it, and because of the culture, the mood, the atmosphere of the world right now, people are making money. They're not doing this just to talk out of their asses. They're making money talking out of their asses. You could take any symbol in the world and make it evil. Does it make it evil? No. It makes it bullshit. The problem is our young culture, they don't care. They need a bandwagon to jump on. They can't float on their own. They can't do it. They need a bandwagon, and it's sad. It's sad. You know, it just drives me nuts. One thing I did not know, and I learned, I do a lot of research. If I'm going to go into these debates and talking about something, I do a lot of research because I don't want to be a complete idiot. So I do a lot of researching. the LBQTXYZ123 group, organization, whatever, one of their symbols that they have, and they have a bunch of them, it's like every day they come up with a new one. One of the symbols they have is a pink triangle. And they promote the hell out of it. Matter of fact, it's on their main corporate building, the pink triangle. Does anybody know where the pink triangle comes from and what it actually means? Yeah, you get double nuts, triple nuts, quadruple nuts. But does anybody know what the pink triangle is? What it really, really means? The one that they have on their building, and they'll prance around and wear it on their shirts and stuff like that. Does anybody know where that came from? And if this organization had any clue or did any research before they adopted it as their own symbol, or if anybody knew what it was, would be so pissed off. Hey, Paranormal Gaming. I'll tell you, it's from the Holocaust. Yep, I'm going there. It's from the Holocaust. You know, that evil time, the greatest, one of the greatest evil humanity genocide shit that happened years ago, and there are people still alive to this day. Yeah, that Holocaust. That's where that came from. That's where it originated from. Everybody's like, oh, well, they only wore patches and stuff like that. No, they wore triangles. And each one of them was a different color for it represented a different thing about that particular Jew or whoever. Nope. What it is from the Holocaust. It was a way for the Nazis to identify a certain type of Jewish person. Now, one thing they do got correct, it is pink because they were gay. And that's why they were given, but they were identified as. So that symbolism that they're using was used on Holocaust people. Think about it. Look it up. You'll be surprised. It makes you sick that an organization that's supposed to be promoting good is going to carry around a symbol that meant death. Like I said, you don't believe me? You got fingers. Look it up. The symbol that they're proud of meant death. Yep.
I just got paid.
Cool.
So, he's going into the store to get a few things.
Okay.
Okay? How much ground beef do you need for the...
3 pounds.
3 pounds?
And I need, the biggest thing that we're holding back on is we've got to make sure we have milk.
Yeah.
So we need croissants.
Yeah.
Because I need 2 cups of that, so you need 2 bags, because each one eats a bag. Do we have eggs?
We are running low on eggs. I need to get bread, eggs, milk, croissants, beef, milk.
That should basically do 1 onion.
1 onion.
Just 1 onion. It doesn't have to be that big. Just 1 onion, and that's it. And you know the scallops?
Yeah, I know this.
You can make sure you get 2 or 3 boxes of those,
Okay.
because they go very quick. But everybody loves that stuff. So, if you had extra, can I get a monster?
Yeah.
If you have any extra. I don't want to break you. Do you want my bag? Oh, no, it's downstairs. My duffel bag's downstairs. Take that with you. It'll help you carry everything. Okay?
Okay.
All right, love you. uh, 351's over here giving a list. Sage. 351, one of my followers, he's giving you a list.
He
He's giving you a list. He says, dishwasher liquid, tin foil, tomato sauce.
Um,
I love it. His name is 351. By the way, this is my daughter, my oldest. This is Miss Sage. She's goth today, but this is my beautiful baby.
hi.
I love her with all. And no, she isn't looking for a boyfriend. Not yet.
I'm still too young.
She's 19. Not that young.
I'm still young.
Mountain Dew. Oh, I love the way this man thinks. Mountain Dew.
Are we running low on Mountain Dew?
Well, look behind you. How many cans are in there?
You?
Not that many. They'll be gone by the night.
Yeah.
And by the way, you take one and put it in your room so you have one.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm thinking about getting my Dr. Pepper.
Well, stick a can of Mountain Dew in there. That way you can get me another can.
Okay.
But I definitely, I haven't had the Monster in, what, a week? I think I
No, because the last time I gave you one.
yeah, a week ago. When you get paid. A week, every week. So, yes, Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm doing a stream on bullshit symbols that people are trying to say are bad, how people are appropriating words, symbols, designs, and turning it to evil. And how corrupt and stupid and sheepish people are in this world.
Paige just said that she wants to keep watching her anime and not help me with the groceries.
Tell her that she's going with you. She can put it on pause and go. She needs to get out. Oh, take Sue with you.
And have her bitch at me?
Yeah, let her do the bitching. So what? As long as you got extra feet. Because you're not carrying all that stuff yourself. Tell her Dad said she's to go with you and take the backpack. All right? So anyways, yeah, but like I said, folks, it really surprises me the BS that people's putting out there and not understanding where the true meaning is, where it's really, really coming from. You know, like I said, I started this show with the Mountain Dew symbol. There's a thing, a little video that's going viral on Twitter and whatnot about the Mountain Dew, what makes Mountain Dew. And she starts out with the symbol, the monster, the green claws, and literally came up with bullshit out of her ass. And I don't know where she probably made the symbols
that
up.
Worked.
Yep, there she is. So grab my bag, grab my duffel bag. It's downstairs somewhere. Find it, wear it, because you know what to put in there. The big stuff.
Also, Sage, tomorrow at 10:30.
So, but anyway, she took the symbol and tried to say, "Oh, look at it, there's 3 different ones. They each mean something. It means something." No, it doesn't. You know what it is? It's a design, folks. It's a simple, stupid design. You could find that claw symbol, not the exact one, but very close. Millions of them online. Just look up claw designs, claw scratch designs. You'll find millions of them out there. And I guarantee you, each artist, each designer, each graphic designer that designed that, made it, drew it, whatever, painted it, had no intentions, oh, we're going to go look up some evil symbol and put it up there as... That's not what it means. It's stupid. And then she's like, monster, they got the O and it's got a line in there, and it's like, oh, it's a cross, and look up what this symbol means. It means evil. No, it's not. Has nothing to do with evil. Actually, that design was stolen from a pagan design. The Celtic cross. That's where that design was stolen from. It's a Celtic cross that's on there. And what does it mean? Good. Bringing the morning in. Bringing a new day in. Has nothing to do with evil. But yet she's out there, and somebody sent in and said, "Well, it's still poison you." And I actually turned around and responded back. I said, "Well, it ain't working because I'm 55 years old and I'm still living. Everything has poison in it. Name me something you eat that you buy from a store, and I'll show you what's poisonous in there. Everything you buy from a store has got poison in it. Now you're like, well, vegetables do. Do the research. What was used to grow that vegetable? Herbicide, insecticide, all kinds of stuff. What's in that shit? Poison. If it's meant to kill off anything, bugs, roaches, it's a poison. And you're ingesting it. It's in the plants. So don't say, oh, just vegetables, or there's no poison in vegetables. Yes, there is. There's poison in everything. Everything has poison in it. People's like, oh, there's formaldehyde in a cigarette. You're right. There is. The problem is they'll take what is a minute chemical particle that's used as an ingredient and turn it into this huge mountain where it would take literally the amount of the formaldehyde that they use in a cigarette. If I were to just take that ingredient out, I would have to buy probably 1 billion cigarettes to pull that one ingredient to actually hurt me. But that doesn't matter. It's got the word formaldehyde on it. Oh, it's dangerous. You know, they're actually saying these vapes are more dangerous than cigarettes are. That's true. It really is. They're saying vaping is more dangerous than cigarettes. I knew it would come back around. Anything that goes in smoke into your lungs can't be good for you. So my point, I guess my point, what I'm trying to say is, you could take anything, any word, any symbol, any ingredient, any item out there, food, product, it doesn't make a difference, and you can make it bad. The problem is, people don't do the research. And that's my whole issue with this whole show. Nobody does any research. They just take what's laid out in front of them and then they run with it. And the reason why, honestly, I don't know, but my theory is simply they got nobody to run with. They have no friends. They don't get out anymore. Everybody's dependent on a freaking phone. Even my own girls do that. They'll be down in this house, literally 20 feet away, and I've seen them do it. Matter of fact, they just did it. You were right here. My youngest was downstairs. My oldest was right here, and they're texting each other. You know, if they want to ban anything, you want to bitch about anything, let's talk about these communication devices. Let's ban those. Let's get rid of those. Let's protest these. Because before smartphones were invented, and I'm talking what, 80s is when they came out, I think. Late 70s, early 80s when cell phones was actually invented. The world was fine. Yeah, we had our lumps and ups and downs and maybe a couple wars, but it had nothing to do with boredom. Take the cell phones away. Shut the internet down. Yeah, I won't be able to stream and stuff like that. Wah. Take that electronic shit away from these kids nowadays and see how fast they learn and realize what's real and what's not. I see a lot of reform, a lot of cutbacks, a lot of people, government trying to take this away from you. I just saw they want to take away your dishwashers, they want to take away your gas stoves, they want to take away your refrigerators, they want to take away all kinds of shit from you out of your household. First of all, I'm like, who the hell's got that kind of money to buy this new stuff? Do you know how much a new refrigerator costs? Thousands of dollars. Just for a refrigerator. They want to take your stoves out. What's the cheaper? Gas? Well, maybe not nowadays. Take the frickin' electronics away from these kids nowadays. Oh, they can learn faster. No, they don't. They don't learn any faster reading a book than they do working on the computer. Prove to me you can learn more from a computer if it's just on one subject than you can go into a library. Because on the computer, it's made up. It's somebody's idea versus history that's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. Because I guarantee you, what's in those libraries is not even close to being what they're teaching you in school nowadays. I always said, look at cursive writing. How many people actually remember how to cursive write? Can you read cursive writing? Absolutely. Hold on a second. John and Ghost. Honest, how can I ask you? Most of your live streams was asking for money in a polite way. I'm SM. You worked your ass off, but for the last 6 months. The last 6 months, and here's the reason for that, is because one, I don't have a job. I can't get a regular job. I think I've explained myself. If you watched enough of these shows, you'll understand exactly why. And I've got no problems with answering your question. It doesn't offend me whatsoever. And I do ask it in a polite way, a very, very polite way. I do put my my symbols up there. I put my links up there. I got to do what I can do, and that's it. And I always stress, I don't like asking for money. I don't. Ask anybody that truly, truly knows me. That's no problem. And I blame you. You think I'm going to sit and watch a 3-hour show? Are you crazy? No, but there really is. And if you ever want to ask me, I'm on Twitter. I can tell you exactly why. But ask anybody else. I hate asking for donations. I never did it before 3 years ago. Never asked once for help from anybody. Matter of fact, I was the guy that was always helping out people. Matter of fact, when I lost my job, I got a big sum of money. What did I do with it? I helped people out. I bought thousands of dollars worth of equipment, computers, microwaves, helped people buy their food and stuff like that. That's what I like doing. If you watch my older shows, I used to give stuff away and stuff like that. So, do I like doing this? Maybe it's not one of your questions, but do I like doing this? Fuck no. Straight up, fuck no. And I always say, the last 6 months, I've been working on a car that I've been trying to work on for the last 3 years. We don't have no cars right now, so any funds that we get goes to the house, because all the money that the both girls are working goes to freaking taxi bills and the rent. We have no extra money. If you look at our refrigerator, it's empty. It's literally empty. I did a fundraiser last night to raise food for the dogs. That was not because of our fault. It was because the dogs ate more than they should have. But it's an animal. What are you going to do? And they just ate more than we thought. We knew Friday we would get paid and get money, but they ran out. And if you know anything about animals, if you're an animal lover, you're not going to let your animal starve. So I had to do a fundraiser. It was an emergency. I asked for a certain amount, and that's it. I never ask for more than I need. I'm not greedy. I don't give a damn if I will shut down streams. And anybody that knows me will see. I shut down streams. I stop what I'm doing. When I get what I need, not what I want, what I need at that time, a certain amount, I shut the show down, or I shut the program down. I'll make it disappear. Watch the end Watch, what, about 20, 30 minutes into yesterday's show, you'll see exactly what I do. Why can't I work? Because of my back. I can't do standing jobs. I simply can't do standing. I stand for more than an hour and I'm literally collapsing. And now, because I've been trying to get this car fixed with no money coming in, that's why I'm doing certain things. But you don't see me every single day doing it. It's only when I'm up against the wall, we can't get funds anywhere else, and that's it. And that's the only time I ask for funds. Do I, again, stressing the point, do I like giving fun, asking for money? No, I don't. No, I don't. Because I wasn't taught that way. I didn't grow up that way. YouTube is a hobby? Well, that's awesome. I see you got John and Ghost, so you must be a hunter? Oh, I don't do GoFundMe's. I refuse to do GoFundMe's because they're nothing but thieves. Absolutely thieves. Matter of fact, I get mad at. I can easily turn on, what do they call it? The money thingy. That is awesome, brother. That is awesome. And bless you for taking care of children, taking care of the animals. Yep. And if you watch a lot of my shows, you're new, so you don't know this, but I'm also a graphic designer. And that one, I do beg. I do beg people, hey, hire me. And I'm really cheap at doing it too. I know I do a lot of stuff. If you look in my Twitter thing, you'll see I actually have a price quote. Matter of fact, a few days ago, when my computer was working correctly, I said I want to work for my funds. I was going to work for my funds. Absolutely. I'd rather work for my money than just get donated. But when you're pushed to come shove, you got to do what you got to do. And I've already said, once I get this car running, I start making money, I'm going to start paying people back. I'm going to start helping people out that need help. And I'll do it in a heartbeat. I pay my dues. I fix my problems. But like I said, do I like doing this? Hell no. Hell frickin' no. Matter of fact, this show isn't even about raising money. It has nothing to do with raising money. Do I have my symbols out there? Yeah. Because it lets people know, hey, if they want to donate. Because I don't have that, what do they call that on YouTube where people could donate Snapchat or what is it called? What is that? Super Chat? I don't have that on. You know why? Because I think it's absolutely unfair that you subscribers donate, let's say, example, $20 to somebody, right? You donate $20 to that content creator through their Snapchat. Content creator only gets 50% of it. So you just worked your ass off for that money, blood, sweat, and tears for that money to donate to that creator, and 50% of it gets stolen. Hell no. So that's why I turned mine off. I've turned mine off years ago. I refuse to turn it on because it's not fair to you folks to donate to a creator that just have half of it stolen. And yes, I'm going to say stolen. So that's why I put my PayPal up there, my Cash App, my Venmo at times. If you want to donate, 100% of it's coming to this house. And it isn't coming to me, it goes to the house. Every cent I get, and ask anybody, Elizabeth, ask Nat, ask anybody that knows me, Miss Donna, ask them. Does that money go to me? No, it goes to the house. So, and I'm not mad about it. I'm sorry if I sound like it, but no. And you're allowed to ask us. And I have nothing to hide. I've told people that for years. I have nothing to hide. Nothing. What the hell am I going to hide? You know, like I said earlier, a little bit ago, just a few minutes ago, we have no food in this house. We got enough maybe to make it maybe 2 or 3 more days. After that, we're not sure how we're going to actually eat for the next few days. But do you see me doing a donation, a fundraiser for that? No, because it isn't pushed. It isn't come to push and shove, whatever they call it. I like working for my money. I've sold, I sold stuff for extra cash. I don't. I've had maybe 5% of all the paranormal equipment I've ever had. I had cameras. I had equipment. I had all kinds of stuff. I don't have any of that because I sold it because I'd rather earn the money than just get it. Does that make sense? Does that help you? Does that explain things? Yeah, dirt cheap. I sold my prized possession that I've wanted for years, and I got it, and I only had it for 1 year. My G7X camera. Uh, Bought that for over $900. Sold that for what was it? $300. I have a lot of stuff I didn't want to sell. I sold my laptop to actually one of the people in here. I just got to get it sent to her. That laptop costs over almost $1,300. I sold it to her for $400. So I will do everything in my power to earn my money if I absolutely can. But if there's nothing I can give, nobody wants to hire me, then it comes push to shove, and we need it right then and there. That's it. I'm doing that. Matter of fact, I've taken loans from people and paid them back. There's a really, really good friend of mine, Mudcon. He donated, but he also borrowed money, and we sent the money like we promised. And he got his money back. You know, we don't want to just ask people for money. We want to earn it if we possibly can. And if we can afford it, we want to do it as a borrow than as a loan. Will we take donations? It's not expected, but it's definitely accepted. You know, like I said, you don't see me doing a push for fundraising right now. This show has nothing to do with fundraising. It has everything to do with the thing I'm talking about now. You know how crazy people are out there. Well, I know for a fact downstairs I can open the refrigerator, take a picture of you guys, and you'll be like, wow. And there's 5 people in this house. I did a donation yesterday, again, to repeat myself, and I hate repeating myself. I did a fundraiser for the dogs yesterday. They were out of food, period, nothing. And thank God to 3 different people who I love very much and I respect very much donated. And what's the first thing I did after I shut the show? We went and we got their dog food. And the dogs were happy. Matter of fact, I tweeted it that Winnie was so happy with the dog food, she actually tried to tear the bag, open the bag herself. And I thank everybody. Sometimes I'll send private messages, sometimes I'll do as a group messages, but I thank everybody. Whoever donates or helps us out. Because like I said, you're not helping me, you're helping this family. We will get ahead. I mean, we've hit the bottom of the barrel. We simply can't go any lower. We've hit the bottom of the barrel. We can only go up from here. I keep talking about I should be doing a show right now, a fundraiser show, to get another $20 so I can get my freaking car parts. We figured out finally what the hell is keeping that car from starting. It's $30 that's keeping, well, actually it's $35. I've already got some donations for that, but it's still like $20 away from actually ordering the parts. That will start the car up, which means I can get a job. I don't have to do no more fundraisers ever again, and I can get the girls to work. They're spending $40 a day to go to work. So why do I do these fundraisers? That's why. We are going to get ahead. Nothing in this world can stay down that long. I struggle, I fight, I do my damnedest, I work my ass off. You think it's easy doing these shows? You think it's easy just going up here saying, hey, I need help? It's embarrassing to me as a man, as my way I was growing up. I don't like this. It takes me an hour to get the nerve up to go do a show like this, or when I do a fundraising show. It isn't nowhere easy just to walk up and say, hey, can I borrow 20 bucks? Matter of fact, Nat gets pissed off at me because I never truly ask her to help me out. She goes, she's actually did it one time, but I think she gave up. I will talk about it because I don't want to really want to ask. Because I don't like asking for help. Yeah, thank you, Paranormal Gaming. My daughter, my oldest, almost didn't get a job because the car didn't start. She had a job interview. It was her first day job, and she couldn't get to it because we had no car and we couldn't get this other car running. She literally missed her first day. So if anybody's watching this and wondering why I do this, that's why. I would love to see my phone light up with donations. But you don't see me over there looking at it, 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 and whatnot. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. That's not what today is about. That is not what this show's about. Do we need help? Absolutely. Have we tried places? Absolutely. Matter of fact, we heard there's a pantry thing, but we have to line up a ride to get to it because we have no cars. When my daughter said she was going to the store, they're walking. 2 young girls are walking in the dark by themselves to a store. They're not riding. They're not catching a ride. They're walking. Anytime I go to the store, I'm not walking, but I'm riding a bike. And I got a messed up knee where a car fell on it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to sound like I'm bitching or defending myself. I'm just going to tell you, he asked an honest question, which he has every right. Anybody's got any right to ask me anything, and I'm going to tell you it. You know, I don't do this shit because I like doing it. Don't even accuse me of saying I like to do this. Oh, shit. Yeah, I love doing just chill shows. And that's how I got most of my. That's why I've got over 1,000 subscribers. Because I love doing chill shows. They also love the fact that people would win stuff when I did giveaways and stuff like that. I love chilling. I'm actually enjoying today talking about some BS stuff that is my personal theories and meanings. It's just my thoughts. You know, I mean, if the little Cash App and PayPal symbols bother you, keep walking. But it's there to let people know I don't have cash that super pay, super chat thing, because you cannot donate because I don't have it turned on, and I refuse to do it because I respect you guys. You do not work your ass off hard, especially in this economy today with fuel prices and food prices so damn high, to turn around and donate to a creator that they liked and support, and they donate $20 to only have half of it stolen from them. That's what Super Chat does to you, folks. I don't know if you know that or not, but that's what Super Chat does. Would I love to be working right now? Fuck yeah. Would I love to be driving a truck? Oh, hell yeah. I did it for 23 freaking years. I loved that job. Yeah, they do. It just, when I get my job, get that car started, not if, but when I get it started, I get my jobs, because I got two jobs lined up for me. One's door dashing and one's delivering medical supplies. And when I get those, I will be making some money, and I'll be putting some of that money every week. I'm going to have a certain amount of money. I've got everybody's information that's ever donated to me or helped me out, and by God, they're going to get money back, whether they ask for it or not. I know a couple people that are like, don't worry about it. I'm going to like, yeah, I am worried about it. I'll probably be paying back for years, but it's the fact that I know I'll be paying them back, and that's what's going to make me happy. So I can, when I have time, to do a chill show. Hey! Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys. I am so sorry. So, with that said, let's get back to the frickin' show, what I was talking about. And yeah, sorry it's 2, 3, 4, or 5 hours. Hell, you didn't know me when I used to do overnights, 24 hours. I literally done 24-hour shows. Used to do them all the time. But yeah, and thanks for reminding me. But update on the car. Like I said, there's just one more product that, according to a really good friend of mine, a lot of people know him, Mudcon, and his friend, because I sent him the scan codes, the card codes, the codes for the car. He got them. The auto place that I get the parts from, they did the scan code and did the lookup, and everything came back to literally one thing. And I asked the auto parts guy, would this keep this car from even trying to start? And his words exactly, oh hell yes, it will keep a car from starting. And that's what the codes come back to. It's the timing is off 6% at 1.6 seconds or something like that. I got it all stamped up there. And as soon as we could come up with money for that, we're going to order the parts and then pray to God we get the car started, and then I'm going to apologize. I'm going to have to do apology shows saying sorry I haven't been online lately because I'm going to work my ass off. It's driving. My youngest already said she's going to help me. She could do the actual running. And I told her I would pay her. I would. And I'm going to. Yeah, I love having fun. I absolutely love having fun doing live shows. Matter of fact, when I don't do a show for long, Colleen, that's how she actually met me. That's why she took me in, because she knew me as as Ghost Dog and Haunted Trucking and stuff like that, and she liked my show. So to the point that when I lost my job, she wasn't going to let me sit there. She was the very first person that says, okay, we're coming to get you. And I've been here ever since. I didn't expect to be here. Matter of fact, I tried to get a job within the month of me being here, but I couldn't get it because I could not pass that DOT test. The medical test. I could not pass it. And most driving jobs, any commercial vehicle, even jockey trucks, it don't make a difference. Even the six-wheelers, you have to have a medical card. I tried getting a bus job. Guess what? You need a medical job because we have a bus here in town, a city bus. I tried to get a driving position for that. I tried to get as a school bus driver. Can't get them because I can't pass the medical card. You think I answered this question, folks? You think I explained myself enough so we could get the show on the road? What do you guys think? Can we get back to the bitching about meaning and how easy it is to change crap? Name a symbol or a thing that's out there now. Let's have fun with it. Let's see what the real meaning is, besides what people are trying to say. You know, the biggest one I think is funny is this symbol. When you see somebody do this to you, because of the corruption of these liberals and teenagers and shit, that this symbol does not mean what they think it means. This means okay. That's all it means. We're okay. We're good to go. It does not mean anus. Somebody grabbed it, appropriated it, and made it into something that it is not. There's TikTok shit on it. Someone go doing this and this and that, and they turn around and they're going like this, and they go, oh my God, oh my God. I'll be like, yeah, you're okay. Well, you guys got quiet out there, that loose signal? Oh, wow. Yeah, that one time I was doing donations and everything else like that to work for my money. Matter of fact, really good friend of mine, and I do consider her a good friend of mine, uh, Pam Syme. She didn't ask for it, but I said, you know, the people that particular day, if you were able to donate, I was going to make you something, and I did exactly that. I actually made this for her. I made that for her as a thank you. So like I said, I wanted to work for my stuff. I'm no expert. I'm no pro. But I know enough to do a damn good job. Just about I would say 99% of anybody I've ever done anything for are extremely happy. Oh, you can't see? I apologize. So yeah, I made that for her. I made one for Elizabeth. Why did I make this for Elizabeth? Well, there's a simple reason. Because she's one of the other people that helps us out once in a while. I'll show it to you. I'm not done with this yet, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I want to add a couple more things, or at least one more thing to it before I send it off to her. And this is showing respect. It's my way of saying thank you at this time that I could do it. This will look good on her banner or whatever she wanted it on. So I do say thank you. I am so thankful for people helping me out, helping this family out. You ain't gonna find somebody more thankful than me. You just, I don't think you'd be hard pressed. Do I do this show and hope I get some funds? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Do I expect it? No. Will I accept it? Absolutely, because it just goes to the house. Colleen does live streams, but nobody ever watches her because she got a bad rep a couple years ago, and nobody even really goes in there except for maybe one or two people. And she does okay shows. If she had more people, she would do a lot better. My girls will even do live shows, but they don't do it that often because a year or two ago they got attacked. I got attacked, big time, and I'm still struggling from that. Absolutely, I got attacked. Got doxxed the whole 9 yards. Family was threatened. We were threatened. I got defamed, or whatever they call that, on a complete lie. Turned out I was the only one that was truthful in the whole thing. You even had the cops here. Uh-oh, hold on a second. What's up? Oh, damn it. Alright, well, my kids just called me up and said they need help bringing stuff back. Like I said, we're walking, so we don't have a vehicle. We can't just load stuff up in the car, in a car, because we don't have a car. Hence the reason why I want to get this car fixed. So damn bad. 20 bucks away from getting that fixed. And, we don't have to worry about this shit. So, sorry to do this to you folks. I'm going to have to come back at a later time. Next time my computer's actually working again. I have to go. So, until then, I want you all to stay safe. I definitely want you to stay blessed, and I want you to keep it through the lines. This old man's out of here. Love yous.